Welcome to the Emotional Support Kitchen, where we take all the things that have transpired during the week, boil it down to our word of the day, and find something delicious in between the lines. Before we get started, I should introduce myself, yeah? My name is Dimitri, and I have been cooking and teaching by way of various mediums for people for quite some time now. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that's when you just need to process. So that's what we're here to do. One plate, one day, one word at a time. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what word is going to be our inspiration for today. Today's word of the day seems to be enough. That's an odd word choice, isn't it? I feel like we spend too much time trying to figure out what we should add on to make us feel like we're enough. But honestly, sometimes we have just what we need already because it starts with the simple things, yeah? And that is why we are making apple crisp today. Your basic apple crisp is going to start with butter. Half a cup to be exact. We're going to melt this until it can coat this pan pretty nice and evenly. Now, like I said before, we're here to process some things, which means we're going to add something to make this crisp just a little bit more special. And that is going to come by the way of bacon. Yes, my dear friends, we're adding some thick cut applewood smoked bacon because what? Bacon makes everything better. You are free to use whatever apples you would like. However, for this particular crisp, I am using pink lady apples because the sweetness and the tartness complement the fattiness in the bacon very, very well. If you have never heard of a pink lady apple, it gets its name from the pink lady cocktail. Put a pin there because we will revisit this again in the future. Now that our apples are prepped, we're going to start by rendering out the fat in the bacon. I do this for two reasons. One, so that you can have a little bit of crunch to your bacon when it mixes in with everything else. And two, so that the apples can soak up some of the bacon fat. Oh yeah, we're not here to play healthy. After this bacon has rendered down a bit, we're going to go ahead and add in the diced pink lady apples. Now again, one thing to know about pink ladies is they are a hybrid between Australian Lady Williams and American Golden Delicious. That means their bodies and their flesh are firm but also dense, which makes them perfect sponges for any kind of liquid that you would like to add, and great at keeping their structure and their texture when you add spices and other acidity. Like here, where I'm adding some fresh squeezed lemon juice to help bring more of the sweetness out and balance out the spices that we're going to add next. For this recipe, we are using 2 medium-sized pink lady apples that are in a small dice. To that, I added 1/4 cup of sugar and a spice blend of 1/4 teaspoon allspice, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon ginger. It does seem like an overwhelmingly amount of spice for these amount of apples. However, we also have the bacon and we also have some more acid that's being added with the lemon juice. So, like we said earlier with these apples, they can take it. They're strong. They've made it through everything. And so have you. Now that we've got the apples all combined where we want them, let's start working on the topping. In this case, it's going to be an oat crumble. We are going to combine about 2 cups of rolled oats, a little bit of half a cup of sugar, some spices that we used from earlier, and a pinch of salt from my salt crock. Say hi to the salt crock. He travels with me everywhere. You will see him a lot. The goal for me when making any type of crumble is more about the consistency. So I'm going to slowly drizzle in some melted butter, and that way we can start mixing it together with a fork. If you have, normally I like to use my hands. I do wear gloves. I'm a crazy person who wears gloves in their house. And I like to combine until it has the texture of wet sand, because it's really just to help accentuate what you already have going on underneath. It needs to come together but not be too dry that the flour itself separates as it bakes, and that it can fully top your beautiful, delicious apple bacon fantasticness that's underneath. Now that we have it crusted, when it comes out the oven, it looks like this. I feel like we have done a full day's work, so we should enjoy the fruit of our labors. Get it? Fruit? Fruit? Stupid. Nonetheless, grab yourself a saucer, grab yourself a bowl, get a spoonful of this, and come to the table with me so we can talk about what we did. I feel like that was a lot of work for one word, yeah? But I feel like we often work way too hard to try to prove that we can actually fulfill that word. Huh. How's your crumble? Or crisp? Depending on what location you're in. But we did use oats, so that does make it a crisp, from what I've heard. We made something really cool and beautiful today out of basic, homegrown, already ingrained ingredients. I feel like that's how it is. I think sometimes we get clouded by all the things that is the background noise of regular life that we forget you don't need much. You just need enough. And most times, we always have that. Well, it's been cool, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for starting your week with me, or ending your week with me, whichever way you like to phrase it. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my crumble crisp. See, I can't remember myself. And I will catch you guys on the next time. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And remember, you always have been enough. And that's all that matters. See you next Sunday at 2 p.m. Peace.